Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next installment of our Student Story Week. We are here with Sohaila to talk about boarding style housing, specifically in Canada. Sohaila, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Suhaida. I'm from Egypt. I'm in grade 12 at Addison School, and I'm also a boarding student at the school as well. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
kind of
awesome.
uh, I have a great image about how is boarding school as well as a Canadian school as well.
Yeah, that's incredible. I think you're going to have some really interesting information to share to our viewers. But I want to know first, how did you find Addison School, or why did you choose to study in Canada?
I basically I found the school online and I found the reviews are pretty high, like 4.9 out of 5. So
Mhm.
I like the school, and also the idea that it's a boarding school. It will make it more easier to cope with and understand the Canadian society. Also, Canada specifically because of the high quality of the education, and it's a safe country and a good country, and also it has a variety of different backgrounds, different nationalities. So it was a great choice for me to choose to come to Canada.
That's awesome. Yeah, Canada has a very international and diverse population, so it's definitely a good place to go if you're from another country. I think Canada is one of those places where you'll be able to find other people to connect with from a similar background or from similar cultures just because it's so diverse, which I
Yeah.
think is awesome. Very cool. So I want to know, so Hyla, our topic today is boarding style housing, so studying at a boarding school, living in dorms. I know that's something many students have never experienced before, and they're really, really curious about it. So first of all, I want to know, what's your favorite part about living at a boarding school?
My favorite part is that the variety of dormitories activities that we are allowed to participate in. We have off campus and we have on campus. Maybe the off campus opportunities less than the on campus because of COVID-19 pandemic. However, in December we were able to take part in skating on ice activity, and it was really fun. It was really enjoyable. And it was the first time for me to try skating on ice. So it was really a nice and enjoyable experience. Also, we
Did
do
you,
some.
sorry to interrupt, but how did you do with ice skating for the first time? Did you fall?
No, not much because I know how to do it on the floor. So it just
Okay.
the the floor just different from the floor, the ground to like to be on ice. It was just kind of a challenging in the beginning, but it was okay. I was able to play it actually. And
Uh-huh.
we have some indoor activities such as watching TV, watching movies on Netflix. Also, we were allowed to have some other indoor activities like sport competition such as basketball, and we have and they arrange rewards for the winners. Also, we did some game competition such as bingo competition, and these were really enjoyable, and it was like stress free and take out from the studying mood.
Yeah. And I think that's a great thing to point out when you live at a boarding school or study at a boarding school. There are so many activities that go on. There's always like a full schedule of different things you can do. So it's not like you're just stuck in your room all day. When you're outside of school, you're locked in your room. It's not jail. You have lots of
Yeah,
fun stuff to do.
yeah,
But
that's correct.
I know this is not something that everybody's experienced before, and it may be kind of like a foreign concept, or it may be something that students are a little bit nervous about. So from your perspective, so Hyla, when you first got on campus and you started your experience living at a boarding school, was there anything that you wish you would have known beforehand?
Maybe the first thing, maybe like being prepared to deal with different types of personality and different backgrounds. It's really important to be prepared for it before you get to use in living in a boarding style housing. Also, the second thing I could say, maybe get used to the noise and knows how to arrange your daily schedule with other people's schedules, and know how to cope with it and be cooperative with each other. Also, maybe exploring the neighborhood around the school community is also important to know what are the best coffee shops, what are the best stores. All of this were important to know before I get into the boarding style housing.
And you personally, do you have a roommate?
Yeah, I do have a roommate. Yeah.
Okay. Where's your roommate from?
We have different. They're most of them like Nigeria,
Uh-huh.
China. We have some people from Europe, so it's really different. But most of them
Okay.
from Nigeria and China.
Okay. And your roommate is she from one of those countries or is
Yeah,
she from Canada? Okay.
yeah,
Very cool. Yeah, so you're right. I mean, one of the things that you have to be prepared for is, being able to live with someone who's from a different background than you are, has different personalities, has different likes and dislikes. That's definitely something, to be prepared for, or to at least just be expecting that you're going to face some of those challenges as you're getting used to living with someone else. Um, have you personally faced any challenges when it comes to like living with someone, sharing a room, sharing a space?
I think it has more benefits than challenges because it develops some conflict resolution skills, know how to understand other problems and understand how to find solutions that fits both sides. Also, it was a chance for me to make friends with my roommates because we are living with each other, so it required us to be more friendly to each other.
Mhm.
um it wasn't maybe even like the noisy, we were able to find a solution that fits both of us when we can open like for example when we need to open the speaker, when we can open the speaker, and when the time if it is going to annoy the other partners of the room or not and stuff like this. So it was fine, we were able to find a solution that best fit both of us.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really good point. Just on the basic level, when you're sharing a room with someone else, you're both not always going to be in the same mood to do the same things. So
Yeah.
it is important to learn those skills, like you said, conflict resolution. I remember when I went away to university. So I didn't live in boarding school when I was in high school, but when I went to university, I had to live in the dorms, and I actually had three other roommates. So I shared a room with three other girls, and it was definitely fun, but it was definitely a challenge at first. One person likes to sleep with the TV on, the other person likes to sleep with the TV off, just someone
Yeah.
studying while someone wants to go out and hang out with friends. It is a challenge to try to get used to that, but
Yeah.
um I think one of the most important things is just maintaining open communication with your
Yeah.
roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a question here from one of our viewers. It's in Spanish, but I'll translate. She asked, she wants to know from you, Sohaila, if it was difficult for you to live with someone with a different idea or a different culture. Was that a challenge you faced?
Basically, no, it wasn't really that challenge because I think if you respect each other, it would be you will be able to live together. If you have, if even if the other, even if the other roommate have different idea or have different thoughts than you have or believe that you have, if that respect and being able to respect each other, understand each other, and live with each other, it will not be really that challenge you are going to face when you are going to live in a boarding style housing.
Yeah, that's a great point. That respect is so important. And if I can say this, if you're the type of person who does not think they would be open to living with someone from another culture, boarding school may not be a good fit for you. If you think you would have a hard time like being welcoming and accepting, it might be difficult for you. But then again, it could be an important life lesson for you to have that experience to kind of broaden your horizons and change your perspective of the world. I think it's always important to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. What do you
Yeah.
think, Sohaila? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
life
what do
means
you,
communication. Yeah.
oh, go ahead. Sorry,
No, I
continue.
was just saying that like life means communication. You still need to communicate with people of different backgrounds, different ideas. So it's better to be prepared for this beforehand, before you need to do this.
Yeah. And I think it's something so unique having this experience of living with someone from another country while you're in high school. That experience is going to change your outlook on life. It's going to change the way you interact with people from other cultures. And not everyone is up for that challenge. Not everyone has the opportunity to do that, or they may not be willing to do that. So I commend you, Sohaila, for being brave and going out there and being open to this experience, because I think it's really going to have a positive impact on the way you view the world. It's a learning experience for sure.
Yeah.
I want to know, what you think some of the benefits are of living in, boarding style housing. I know we kind of touched on them, but in your opinion, what are the benefits?
First thing, I could say independence and the personal responsibility that you need to counter before in living in a boarding style housing. You will learn how to be completely independent in comparing
Mm-hmm.
to live with your family. We have some dorm counselors that they are able to help us and guide us to the right directions. But at some point, we still need to make our own decisions and be independent on ourselves and know, for example, how to budget our money, how to understand the neighborhood, and being open-minded and be mentally prepared for how to deal with people. So, and to develop communication skills and how to advocate for yourself and go and ask and know more information. So all of this learn helps us to learn how to be independent in ourselves. Some
Yeah. Was
other
that, sorry, I was going to ask it, was that a challenge for you at first, kind of understanding that independence? Did you struggle with that at all, or did it come naturally to you?
it basically come naturally to me because it depends on the childhood my childhood experience. So I mostly
Mm-hmm.
being able to be some kind my family learn helped me to learn how to be independent. So it wasn't that challenge in the beginning, but it of course it makes me more independent because I'm not tied to my family anymore, so it makes me more independent on myself, and that makes me to face and learn how to go through different like different problems, how to navigate through difficult situations and understand and how to find solutions. So all of this promote the learning and how to be independent on yourself.
Awesome. Oh, we have a question that just came in from Lena. Like I said, our enrollment manager from Egypt. She wants to know from you, Sohaila, have you been able to meet other Egyptians at your school?
Yeah, I was able to meet some Egyptian, but it was
Mm-hmm.
teachers more than classmates. This was
Mm-hmm.
but but still there are some Egyptian citizens that I was able to communicate with when we are in school. And at some point, it was kind of like awesome that you find people of the same background as you are.
Uh-huh. That's great. And from you, are most of your friends, are they Canadian students or are they other international students?
Most of them international students, mostly
Mm-hmm.
boarding students are maybe all of them. Most of them are different, sorry, international students. However, people who are day students, they were Canadian students, but they are also of different backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, the Canadian population is so diverse. Okay, so we're about to wrap up, Sohaila, but I have one other question for you. What tips or what advice would you give to other international students who are considering studying at a boarding school? What advice would you give to them?
I could say the first thing, be open-minded and be mentally prepared that you are going to be transitioned into a new and different stage of life. Also, the second tip, you bring plenty of clothes and reminders of your home, which will help you to settle into the new environment. And I
Mhm.
bring that sense of familiarity to the new space. Also, I could say some other tips like using your time wisely and having to balance between school stuff like homework assignments and also how to like how to socialize and having the time to socialize with others, um, and also learning how to budget your money and having and understanding how to um, budget your money and manage your expenses.
Mhm.
um, yeah.
That's great.
And
I mean,
also maybe
again, yeah, no, go ahead.
yeah, and also learning how to manage homesickness and
Yeah.
like through conquer homesickness through different strategies such as socializing with new peers, still keep in touch with your family, stay active. All of these are some tips that I find is going to be useful if you are going to live in a boarding style housing school.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that, Sahila. I think you provided an amazing perspective and definitely some really, really, really good advice. And the thing I keep thinking, from the advice that you've shared, this just proves, from all those skills you learn while you're in boarding school, those are skills that you're going to use the rest of your adult life. So I think, you have an advantage, you're getting to really learn how to navigate yourself as an independent person in the world, which I think is just absolutely incredible. So Hyla, thank you so much for joining. I see Brandon is here. So Brandon, thank
Hi
you so much
guys.
for being here as well. Hello.
Hey, thank you so
You
much for
guys
having
both did you both did a wonderful job. We don't have any more questions rolling in, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. You can both feel free to stay on. But for our viewers, thank you so much for joining this broadcast, and thank you so, Hyla
Thank
and
you.
Brandon.